Check four.
Hey, exit.
Check 52.
Look, squeeze.
Kill.
Hit it.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Go.
Hold. 51's the mic.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Set the tone.
Shoot.
They'll look to throw. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time.
At their own 38-yard line.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, it could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
90.
Throwing on first down, Lawrence. It's Williams on the catch. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Set. 30 base.
I don't think you got it, son. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Looking to throw. Lawrence under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
New Mike 52. Mike 52. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check.
Go on. Speed grip.
On 4th down, Lawrence. Finding Gabriel complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go now. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. An update from Denver, and that one is now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Cardinals. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. A carry here for the big tight end. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Freeman with a fast feed. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Hard.
36. Check your hot read. Go, Mike 51.
Now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end, Leggett. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
You're out.
Switch.
Fan. Get it.
2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Got it.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A gain of 3, second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 51. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 51 the mic, boys. 51. Guys, it's
Hey.
Let's go. 51 the mic.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line.
Switch up. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Guard. Hey, lock it.
Hot. Check 26. Check 26.
Fight.
They'll set up to throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Melvin Gordon. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then
rush coming, and he's taken down. Vic Beasley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Shift.
Hard. Snap.
They'll set up a throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Back to throw now on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vic Beasley getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Check.
2nd and 14. Completes it to Aguilar. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
60 or. Hey, seam 6. 51. Mike 51.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Alexander.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mike. Check pass.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 7-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I'm coming. Quick the edge.
Protein spill.
Check three.
Go.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Got to do better.
This is Gordon.
Undercoat.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Gordon on first down. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Go. 50. Plant.
52's the mic. You got
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And able to get this this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, Lawrence. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. On 2nd down, Michel. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Again, it's Michel. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Sony Michel won't get there. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hey, high 7. Leo.
Check.
Go.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line. Hit it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards.
52.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Get it.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a second time for 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 28-10. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
He can't hang. He's not coming.
Now it looks like he'll throw here to Michel on the screen. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Sony Michel, 76 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Safety's creeping. Safety's creeping.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard
Check
line.
99. Check 99.
Yeah.
SOS. SOS. SOS.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Mike 50.
Hey, wahoo!
I don't even know why this team showed up.
51 the Mike, boy. 51.
5.
Back to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. Landry, the intended target. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd down, Michelle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
On the ready.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready.
On the ground is Michelle. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time.
And now here is another interception. Picked off down at the 2. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And never an easy thing to come into Arrowhead and get the victory. One of the toughest places to play in the league, but they did it.
Some of the best fan support in the league. They take pride in it. They love their team. They rally around them.